85 minutes that we can return to, but the last 10 minutes, everything went absolutely insane.
Man.
We were 2-0 down. We talk about the goals. They have a sending off. We get it back to 2-2. Let's start with the 85 minutes before that, before addressing the chaos. How do you feel that kind of portion of the game went?
Barring obviously the most important part of football, obviously, is the goal. I thought everything was going to plan. Yes, we could have maybe had a little bit more control in terms of the pattern of play that we wanted to do and be more threatening in their area, but we still had chances to take the lead, and it's very important, I feel, from previous game, us scoring the first goal. I feel once we do that at home, generally, we do sort of manage the game out. So it's that slight bit of confidence and a bit of tentative sort of finishing. I mean, we was able to train on Thursday to sort of work in it, and it will sort of be sort of a tailing process. But yeah, I didn't feel threatened. I just felt the goal was coming, was knocking on the door, corners, free kicks, but then in the state of it, obviously we're going to make changes to maybe try and get that the win, because last week was similar, 0-0. Looking like we're going to score, but not really having that chances. And we've got a talented bench, so we're going to try and use it. But then obviously we concede, and then it's kind of like against the run of play, and then then that little melee in between while we're sort of finding our feet again, and we can see the second. It was a great finish, to be fair. Sort of jack up his line, but yeah. Again, it's credit to the players, that still, I feel the performances levels are getting better, so it's just that final part. And I know it sounds cliche, and I seem to repeat myself for the last 3-4 weeks, but I feel we're in a better place than we were sort of like 4 weeks ago, where the performances weren't there, and it's just looked like a bit of a mess.
Junia, how was it for you? Did you feel the same sort of thing? It looked like a game, particularly second half, that we were in control of.
Yeah, definitely. I think from the first half, all the boys came into the game feeling quite confident. We had a good training session on Thursday. The vibes were up, and I think we started the game really well. We created a lot of chances. Fred was unlucky in the first half, and I put it across the box. And Jules in the second half hit the crossbar. So I feel like, as defenders, we never felt that there was a real threat other than their throw-ins. And then eventually, if we don't put chances in, we're going to get punished. There's only so long us defenders can keep on defending without being punished. And their first goal was a great goal, and their second, as Geoff said, was an absolute worldie. But there's a lot of fight and there's a lot of team spirit, and we don't give up on each other. You saw that, and that's why we came back, because the management, we owe a lot to the management. They've kept faith in us, and we want to repay that faith. So yeah, not the best result, but we're happy to turn it around and bring it back to 2-2.
Okay. Their first goal, crossing from the left, the number 10's got a bit of space and tucks it away. At that point, it does look like they've done a job on us.
Yeah.
Second goal, as you've said, it's kind of like a 40-yard strike over Jack into the bottom corner, 2-0 down. We are feeling that's it. But as you say, there's a bit of character in the team. We saw it last week against Cannons Wood. We saw it again today. How their goalkeeper can't take a goal.
Yeah, that is a turning point. Let's be honest.
That
That is a turning point.
Yeah.
The keeper, I don't know if he slipped or and he had two choices there. It's like, either let's just score because we had the player running in, or you give an indirect free kick and you get sent off, and so double jeopardy. It sort of works out not in his favour. He might have been better off letting us score. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I felt, for what we created today, it would have been criminal if we didn't get something out of the game.
Yeah.
So then you can say we deserve that bit of luck, and it's a bit of luck we're sort of looking for it. Because if you watch the games, so many times the ball bobbers in the box or cross fizzes across, and you can say it's probably our fault not being there, but we didn't see something to just go in our favour, which happens against opposition when we play them. They seem to be in the right place at the right time, so we just need a couple of those to go in our favour, and the confidence to start building, and one win turns to two, turns to three, and then you start climbing up the table. So we're still relatively in the same place. I feel like we've been 11th for ages, and teams below us are not really putting any run together, so it seems like everyone's sort of clawing together, and then we're like 4 points, 5 points off the playoffs, so the table is so close. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, not losing games, but eventually you will get sucked into the mire if you don't start putting 3 points together. Sometimes you're better off maybe losing one and then winning two, to be honest, in that sort of regard. So we thought it was coming. Tay made his debut today, and I thought it made a big difference. We've been looking, as you said before, that sort of traditional sort of number 9, you know,
Yeah.
that can hold up the ball, run the channels. It just helps the rest of the team really in terms of our pattern of play. So he coming in made a big difference, scored on his debut as well. So we see more things to come from him, and again, if we get Fred up to speed, obviously Noah was back to his best today. Now if we can get them back, you know, I feel again we're going to be a massive threat. And as I said, we've got, you know, a great bench. You know, we've got a few people, Lewis, Sully, you know, Sherwin not in the squad today. You know, so we obviously have a lot array to pick from, but we just need, you know, them to step up now. You know, one of them, a couple of them, just to find form. You know, and then I say, well, defence in the midfield will do the rest.
Okay. For people who were at the game, I'll just explain what happened with the goalkeeper. So he takes a goal kick. There are 2 players rushing towards him. He then picks up the ball. It's a double touch. It's a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. We went through a lot of conversation about my ignorance, but about whether that was a sending off or not. We didn't get a penalty, so it was a right decision to send him off. We scored goal scores from the resulting indirect free kick.
Yes, and then obviously then the momentum's with us. We asked the linesman how long left. I think it was up 7 minutes, more than enough time to potentially even get 2. You know, so the pressure was on them. Remember, they've now got a player in goal, not a keeper. Yeah. So again, that's something to use to our advantage. James comes to the edge of the box, you know, puts it away, and the rest of the minute and a half, but it seemed like 30 seconds to be honest. But look, as I said, we'll take that momentum into Tuesday, and that's the thing about this league you do like, is that you haven't got time to dwell on games really, you know, or you can build in a confidence and understand 2 days now we've got another game. We should be confident enough to know that a performance like this with the final touch, it should be 3 points.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think there's maybe 2 things that people are wondering about. One is something that we talked about before. It's people being more clinical with the chances. That again was a kind of factor today.
Yeah.
We had one-on-ones. They went straight at the keeper. They weren't going at the corners. We have talked about this before. The other one is there is obviously this tremendous spirit in the team. It's like, can we get that out earlier on? It's like, can we play the match? Can we play the match backwards?
Yeah,
get
totally.
the chaotic 10 minutes out of the way early, and then see what happens after that.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the chances, it will come eventually. And confidence is such a big thing in football. Once you get that first one, then they start falling in. And I think with Julian, with Fred, we know the talent that they have. We saw that Fred got 30 goals last season. Julian was crucial to the team as well. So it will come for them. And we have full confidence in them to start hitting the back of the net as well. So it will come. We just need to be patient. And the foundation is there. We're not losing games, and that's the most important thing. So we can build on that going into Tuesday and then the following fixtures.
Brilliant. On to Tuesday, May and Baker.
Yep. Obviously we've played them before, but you know, in this league things change very rapidly. Teams, squads, you know. So obviously we won't, you know, take them lightly, but it's a home game. You know, we need to obviously make sure our home form, you know, is paramount and our foundation. Because we've got a run of 4, I think, and then obviously we're away. So. I look at the fixtures, you know, obviously no disrespect to them. I feel, you know, if we can play anywhere near what we're capable of, you're looking at, you know, potential some wins. May and Baker, Hackney, Wick, Clapton, not to incentivise them, but I just know what my team's capable of, you know, and if we can reach to that level, I'm not really fussed what they do. We'll take home the point. So I think that's what the boys got to see now. You know, can we sort of put a mini run together now of a couple of wins and then climb the table? That's all it really is, and confidence will ensue as well.